As It Is in Heaven through the lens of A Course in Miracles is a profound meditation on control, joining, vulnerability, and the healing power of shared expression. The title itself already echoes the Course, As It Is in Heaven. ACIM constantly points toward the idea that heaven is not a distant location, but a condition of unblocked awareness, a state of perfect joining beyond fear, hierarchy, and isolation. The film begins with Daniel, the world-famous conductor, collapsing under the pressure of achievement. Outward success has not brought peace. That is a central ACM reversal. The ego says, if I become important enough, accomplished enough, admired enough, I will finally feel whole. But Daniel's life reveals the exhaustion beneath specialness. He has mastered musical control, but not inner peace. So he returns to the village, not as triumph, but as retreat, almost like the mind reaching the point where performance can no longer sustain identity. ACIM often begins there, the failure of the self-concept to deliver salvation. Then comes the choir, and this is where the film becomes deeply ACIM-like. The choir is not merely about singing. It is about joining, voices learning not just harmony in music, but honesty in relationship. At first, the choir members carry their defended identities: shame, abuse, timidity, control, social masks, fear of expression, fear of being seen. The village itself reflects the conditioned mind: gossip, judgment, conformity, repression. Everyone knows everyone, yet few truly see each other. ACIM would say this is the world of perception, organized around separation. Daniel's gift is not perfection. In fact, he is still wounded and controlling in many ways, but he begins inviting people to listen for their true voice. That phrase alone resonates spiritually. Not performance voice, not approval voice, not survival voice, true voice. ACM points towards something similar. Beneath conditioning is a natural extension of being, joyful, connected, alive. The choir practices become almost therapeutic undoing sessions. People start dropping defenses through shared vulnerability, and music in the film symbolizes extension rather than performance. That distinction matters. Ego uses expression to achieve identity. Spirit uses expression to join. The abusive relationship storyline is especially important because the film does not spiritually bypass suffering. It shows how fear and domination operate interpersonally. ACIM can sometimes be misunderstood as just see love everywhere, while avoiding the reality of trauma dynamics. But the movie shows something more mature. Healing often involves recovering voice, boundaries, dignity, and direct honesty, not pretending abuse is holy, not romanticizing suffering. The pastor character is also fascinating through an ACM lens. He represents institutional spirituality disconnected from living presence. He speaks religion, but fears aliveness. That tension appears throughout ACM discussions too. The difference between living truth and maintaining spiritual structure. Daniel disrupts the village because authenticity disrupts systems built on repression. And the famous idea in the film, hearing the music already inside oneself, aligns beautifully with ACM's teaching that truth is not imported from outside. It is uncovered. The Course repeatedly says, you are not asked to acquire love, but merely to remove the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. The choir members do not become something else. They uncover what fear suppressed. Even Daniel's conducting evolves. Early on, he controls music intensely. Later, there's more surrender, more trust in collective flow. That mirrors the ACIM movement from personal control toward guidance and joining. And then there's the ending. Without spoiling too mechanically, the final concert becomes almost symbolic of transcendence through union. Individual pain dissolves into something larger, moving through everyone together. Not perfection of form, not escape from humanity, but a moment where separation thins. And importantly, the film does not portray heaven as withdrawal from emotion, embodiment, or creativity. Quite the opposite. Heaven begins appearing the moment fear loosens enough for authentic joining to occur. That's very ACM, not sterile transcendence, living communion. The choir itself becomes a symbol of the sonship, many voices, one song, different tones, histories, personalities, yet capable of harmony when no longer organized around fear. And perhaps the deepest ACM thread in As It Is in Heaven is this. Healing is less about becoming spiritually impressive and more about becoming undefended enough to truly join.